Hi, Claudia here from Create with Claudia. Welcome to September of the 2020 Mystery Quilt Along. Of course, you can do this anytime, any year you're looking at this video, but September brings us the Churn Dash block, and I'll hold that up for you. Hopefully you can see it. I love this block. Actually, this is my favorite block, I would say, of all time. I like a lot of other blocks, but this one, it's not hard to put together. It's just a really charming little block, and I really enjoy it. So we're going to be making 2 of those today. If you're interested in participating, this quilt along is free. You can find all of the information at my website, www.createwithclaudia.com. Also on my YouTube channel are all of the months so far. Again, this is September, and we're going to make another block in October and then one more in November, and then in December we put the whole quilt top together. It's a smaller quilt. It's about 36 by 36 when finished, but it's a nice traditional wall hanging. As always, I love it when you hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support. And I'm on social media at Create with Claudia. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, where I post things daily. All sorts of things I'm working on, other people's projects sometimes, that sort of thing. So thanks so much for watching, and enjoy the video. Okay, let's get started on the September block. Here's the one I showed you at the beginning. This is the one that I'm doing for the photos for my tutorial on my blog. And I'm going to tell you now what fabric you need and what other units we're going to have to make for this. And again, it's the Churn Dash block. It's September, which I cannot believe. So after this, there are only 2 more blocks to make for the quilt along. So here we go. You're going to need from fabric A, and fabric A all along has been this sort of off-white, beige, gold, I don't know how to describe it exactly, but that's been the fabric that I've been using throughout the quilt. And I used another fabric A for the photos, but I kept it consistent for each month. I wanted to have the same background throughout the entire quilt. So this is this is the background, and this is fabric A. And from fabric A this month, you're going to need 1/8 of a yard. You want the long piece. You can piece it together if you have a little bit of quilting experience. It's no big deal to make. You'll see what I'm talking about later. I'll address that. But for right now, you're going to need, for fabric A, 1/8 of a yard. From fabric B, which in this case is going to be this red poinsettia, you're going to need 1/8 of a yard. And fabric C this month, you're just going to need a 5-inch square. So not very much. A scrap would be perfect for that. So let's get cutting. For fabric A, you're going to need the following cuts. You're going to need 4, this is for 2 blocks, and I should have mentioned that at the beginning. We're making 2 blocks again this month, and each one is going to measure 6.5 inches when finished. So for fabric A, you're going to need 4 squares cut 3¼ inches, and then you're going to need a long strip. 1 strip, I don't know if it's long enough in here to see the whole thing, cut 1.5 inches by 21 inches long. So that's what you need from fabric A, the background fabric. And in the block, that's going to be this part and this part here. It's the green, the white with green polka dots. From fabric B, you're going to need 4 squares cut 3¼ inches. And again, 1 strip cut 1.5 inches by 21 inches, nice and long. And for fabric B, that's going to be the pink part of the block, so all that part here. And lastly, from fabric C, you just need 2 squares that are cut 2.5 inches each. Again, this is for both blocks, and now I'm going to show you how to make one block. To make one block, you're going to need 2 of the 3¼ inch squares of fabric B and 2 of the 3¼ inches squares of fabric A to start, because we have to make the half square triangles for the corner. And I know you've made half square triangles. If you've been doing this quilt along all along, you've made them before, so you can actually skip ahead of this part if you know how to make them. But basically, you're going to take 2 squares of fabric A, 2 squares of fabric D, and we're going to make those half square triangles, and I will show you how to do that. First thing you want to do is you want to draw a line on the back side of the lighter fabric like so. And I'll make it dark for you. I wouldn't normally make it this dark, but that way you can see it better. So there you go. That's going to be your sewing guide, and you're going to sew a 1/4 inch down along each side of that when we're ready to do that. So I'm going to do that on the other one. And then you're going to take your fabric B, you're going to line these up on top of each other, right sides facing, so the front side of the fabrics are going to be facing each other. Line them up nicely, and then again you're going to sew on a 1/4 inch seam allowance on both sides of this line. So I'm going to do that on both of these, and I will be right back. Okay, so those have been sewn down each side. You can see the 1/4 inch along that drawn line. And the next thing we want to do is take our rotary cutter and ruler and cut on that drawn line. So you're just going to line up your ruler with that drawn line, cut it in half, nice and easy, and fold it open or unfold it. And there you have 1/2 square triangle. We still need to trim these down, but what I'm going to do is press to the dark side. And I will be right back, and I'm going to do that on all 4, because what I'll do is I'm going to end up with 4 1/2 square triangles, 1 for each corner. And now I'm going to go press those, and I'll show you how to trim them down. All right, so here they are pressed, nice and crisply pressed, and now I'm going to trim them down. They need to be trimmed down to 2.5 inches square. And for that, I have this awesome ruler that I use. It has that nice diagonal line printed on it, and that's what I line up with this diagonal line. And then you can find your 2.5 inch point. But the first cut I'm going to make, I line up that line. I leave a lot of extra here. I just want to even off that edge, nice and square it up. Like so. So that's a great starting point right there. That's a nice sharp point. And then I'll find my 2.5 inch sort of point where it meets right here, line up this diagonal line and then both outside lines. And hopefully it lines up nice and square. It's kind of hard on the camera. I have it pushed out a little bit, so sometimes it takes me a second to line it up because I can't really see from the angle I'm at. So there we go. That looks better. Let's see there. All right, so there's my 2.5 inch 1/2 square triangle. I'm going to finish that up with the rest of them for this block, and then I'll show you how to assemble. Well, then we need to do the next section, and then I'll show you how to assemble the entire block. Okay, so here are finished 1/2 square triangles. They're ready to go into the block. And now we just need to piece that section, that sort of center section. Let me show you on this part. We're going to piece this square right here. And it's pretty easy. If you don't have, at this point, if you don't have a 21 inch long piece of fabric, I know some people are using scraps or fat quarters, it doesn't quite match up. You can just make shorter pieces, figure it, like do it in half the measurement of the length, and then it'll work out just fine too. But what for this one you're going to need, remove those cuttings. You're going to need both of those really long strips, and you're going to place them, line them up right sides facing together, and you're going to sew down one side a 1/4 inch seam allowance. And it's a little, sewing these really long strips to me is, I don't know, that's never been my favorite part. I always tend to warp them a little bit, and my sewing isn't super straight, but I'll give it my best shot. But that's what you want to do, is you're going to line these up right sides facing together and sew a 1/4 inch down one length, and then we're going to cut them into segments. All right, so we've sewn and pressed this open. I again pressed to the dark in this case. And now what I'm going to do is even off this one end. And I will show you how to do that. You want to get a nice straight cut when you first start cutting this strip. And I just line up one of the lines along it. Let's see, along that center. Because there will be some warping, especially with these long strips. All right. So there we go. So now what I'm going to do is flip this around, And using my ruler, I'm going to take a 2.5. We want to cut 2.5-inch segments because this should now measure 2.5 inches. And we're going to get 2.5-inch squares out of this. And you should be able to get 8 of them with a little bit of room to spare. So cut carefully. So I'm going to go ahead and do one, and then I'm going to finish it up. So you just want to line it up on this side here. There's my 2.5-inch. And then I line it up here just to make sure my strip is okay. And then we can cut it. So this is what it's going to look like, and I'm going to finish cutting up this strip, and then we are ready to put this block together. Okay, so these are cut. Excuse me. These are 2.5-inch squares, so they're ready to go. Now you get 8 out of that strip set. Of course, for one block you only need 4 of them, so set the others aside since we are making 2. That measurement is enough for both of the blocks. So now we're ready to set this up, and for that you're going to need the 4 half square triangles, the 4 of these rectangular squares, the squares with the sort of, I don't know how to describe them, anyway, these squares, and then one of the center squares, and then we can set it up, and it's pretty much like almost all of the other blocks we've done. And you want to put it this way, like so, and then you want the fabric B touching the center square, like that. And there you go. And now we can sew this block together. And as with previous months, I like to sew individual rows together first. So I would sew here to here to here, this to this to this, this to this to this, and then sew the rows together. This is easy sewing, and you're still going to use that 1/4 inch. And when you get to this point, the top and bottom row you're going to press to the outside, and the center row you want to press to the inside. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will take a break when the rows are sewn so you can see how they look, and then we'll finish up the block. All right, so these have been pressed. These are the individual rows. There we go. And then we're going to sew the rows together. The reason I press them different ways, like these are pressed to the inside, these are pressed to the outside, well, that's not pressed real well, is when you sew them together, you can nest them. And I'll show you that nesting makes those seams nice and flat, or flatter than they normally would be. And you can line them up. This is one of the few places I pin. And I would pin right here, right where the 2 seams come together. Sew that, and then I would sew the 3rd row on, and then we have a block. So I'm going to do that, and I'll show you the finished product. All right, so here it is finished. I would probably trim, or not probably, I definitely would trim up all these little fuzzies, and I would make sure I just double check that it's 6.5 inches square. You're making 2 of these this month. Here's the other one, so you can see them both. I like that Christmassy fabric, that's pretty. And then I'm just going to show you this one again. And that is how you make the Churn Dash block. Okay, so we're done with the Churn Dash block, the September block for the quilt along. And here it is. There's the final product. In December, you'll see the whole quilt put together, but right now we're just doing the Churn Dash block for December. And I'm going to compare it to this one, and this is the summer one I did for the blog photos, the summary blog, excuse me, and next to the Christmassy one. So I hope you had fun doing this. Again, if you liked the video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it. And I'm on social media at Create with Claudia, where you can find all sorts of fun projects that I'm working on. So thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.